Guys, we have a new sponsor, Raycon. Raycon was founded by Ray J, and they offer premium wireless earbuds at half the price of their competitors. In fact, I'm wearing them right now. They sound amazing. And if they're good enough for Cardi B, they're good enough for me. Their latest model, the E25, is their best one yet. Guys, these things have 6 hours of playtime in a compact design with fun new colors. I will tell you, these are the only things I would wear to work out. I have cauliflower ear from a lifetime of grappling and wrestling and mixed martial arts. Nothing is comfortable in my ears. Nothing fits my ears. These, I'm done. They go right in. If there's anything more that you want, if there's anything more you need to know, if you want to get yourself a pair, just click on the link in the description below. Go to buyraycon.com/Chael Sonnen. That's going to save you 15% off your order. Tyson Fury's father came out, and I've seen a number of interviews with this gentleman, and I think that he is a little bit of a worker. That is my sense. He will do some stuff to get people riled up. He will do some stuff that sometimes seems a little more sincere, but anything that he does seem to capture a headline. And he's either an unintentionally really smart guy or he's a worker. I got no problem with either, but when he speaks, I do tend to take the time to go in and read the articles or click on the button, hear what he has to say. So he came out and he was talking about his son. Talking about Tyson, and he said, I want Tyson to retire. And there's a lot on that. When a guy wants to retire, and this is not Tyson wanting to retire, but one of the most influential human beings in his life has now come out and said he wants him to retire. His dad had very good reasons, though. And none of them came from a place of arrogance. None of these were a pill that was hard to swallow. His dad just came out and said, look, he's done this 5 times. He's proven everything that could possibly be proven, and he made his money. By the way, he's one of the lucky ones, and his father's a former boxer, in case you guys aren't familiar with Mr. Fury. He came out and said, by the way, this is boxing. He's got kids at home. He's got a wife. He's one of the few boxers who still has his wits and his sense and hasn't taken too many punches. Most of us stay in there too long. My son has an opportunity. I think that opportunity is now, and I don't think he ever needs to do this again. I'd rather see him not do it again. It is a very interesting thing because where's Tyson going to go but down? Right? I mean, that last fight was huge. ESPN carried that fight. $25 million each. Equal nations clause, $50 million up for grabs. Unless he could get a fight with Anthony Joshua, which there's only certain parts of the world that are clamoring to see that fight. I can share with you as a North American fan, yes, that would be the biggest fight that we could make right now, but it's still all not that big of a fight. And this is one of the things you get with boxing. You get a good big fight every 2 years. I will acknowledge that's the biggest fight. I'd love to see that fight. I'd stop what I was doing. I'd buy it. Count on me. But it's still not that big of a fight. Tyson Fury is very well known throughout North America. Anthony Joshua is not. And that pains boxers when I say that. I read the comments. I hear what it pains you. It's still true all the same. I can hold up a picture of Anthony Joshua right now, and most of you go, oh, that's Anthony Joshua, and what's he? He's a boxer? Yeah, he's a boxer. He's a great boxer. But he's not all that predominant here in North America. Now, that fight still works. Look, I get it. That fight still works. I'm just sharing a simple point that if we aren't fighting for money, if we aren't fighting for legacy, if we aren't fighting for championships, what are we fighting for? And if we're fighting for pure competition, that's as good of reason as any, possibly even the best reason. But that really is all that would be at stake if Fury stuck around and went against Joshua. Joshua has avoided Deontay Wilder to the highest of levels for the longest of times. Joshua has spent the last X amount of time, a year roughly, doing this Anthony Ruiz business, which was just silly. I mean, it was just absolutely silly. Oh, and by the way, he went 1-1. It's a little bit of a tougher sell at this point to make believe. I don't think that Tyson Fury is a guy that's going to give into playground antics of you're scared, you're retiring because you're scared, you don't want to fight this guy, when it's Anthony Joshua who all he does is not fight guys. I think that that's going to be a little bit of a tough push. And I certainly wouldn't call for somebody's retirement, but I do think when somebody's father calls for a retirement, at least if you're a betting man, you're going to have to give some consideration to that. If a guy's father calls for a retirement, a guy who, by the way, has a ton of good memories, who, by the way, has a great story, who, by the way, is beloved, who, by the way, has championships, and by the way, is filthy rich, I think you got to figure 25% of that pie is solved right there. The other 75% comes to sitting down and talking and seeing what options are and seeing what the son wants to do. But if what the son wants to do is go fight Anthony Joshua, when Anthony Joshua won't even fight Deontay Wilder and Fury just stomped out Wilder, I think it's a little bit of a tough sell. And I offer you this as a foreshadow, if you will, that should he retire, Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn are going to come out within 10 minutes and say, of course you retired because you didn't want to fight us. They would be fools to not do that. Now, Anthony is a fool, but Eddie is not. So that statement will get made as a chance to either lure Tyson back or to just shine up Anthony Joshua. Either way, when a guy steps away, you don't just tip your hat to him. You make sure he passes the torch and you get a little bit of rub off him. That's the business. So I am foreshadowing for you that before any of you fall for the statement that will be put out at some point by Matchstick Boxing, wisely so in all fairness, that he retired because he doesn't want to fight Anthony Joshua. Before any of you fall for any of that, just remember that Joshua's been fighting Ruiz, refused to fight Deontay, and won't even say the name Tyson Fury.